All right, caller, who do we have on the line?
Well, if it's not Mr. Anthony Brian Logan, or should I say Mr. Anthony Lion Bogus, this is Brian Stelter of CNN's Reliable Sources, the most trusted name in news. How are you doing?
I'm well, can't complain. How about yourself?
Well, I can complain, and I will. A couple of months ago, a certain impostor came on the show posing as myself. And recently it made it onto a channel of a certain well-known troll who has been chasing me for years. And I'd like to ask, what is the standard of the people that you host on your supposedly reputable news show?
I thought that was you. I mean, that wasn't you on the show. I mean, it's not something just like you. Had the same voice, the same kind of inflection in the tone. I thought it was you. That wasn't you that came onto the show that got featured on Brian Stelter. I mean, Mark Dice's video about Brian Stelter.
No, I believe that was a certain troll from somewhere in Ohio. Somebody, arrogant like a jaguar or something. So I don't want to. I don't want to get into that. I just like to know. I mean, can you keep your standards up so that I don't have to go and track all of you down?
Hey, I can't really tell who's calling into the show. I mean, you sound just like Brian Stelter when the person called in. So how am I going to know? I don't really know what's going on. I mean, you got people that call into C-SPAN and CNN and are able to prank them. So I'm not immune to that at all.
Look, ABL, look at my picture. Do I look like a clown to you? Can you take it seriously for once? I mean, this is the real Brian Stelter this time. I swear on a whole box collection of Disney movies. By the way, everyone, Disney Plus, great new series. You can see the entire catalog, everyone. And while you're at it, you can also check in and watch some reliable sources every Sunday. So ABL, I don't know what your problem is, but I hope you do better next time and you make sure that your guests are verifiable and reliable.
Hey, I try to do my best, but I can't control everything that happens on the show. I'm live, I'm answering calls, things are hectic. So, hey, if I get an exact sound alike on the phone, it's not my fault. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess thanks for the apology. If it is an apology, I guess what else is going on? I know I'm kind of intruding on your show. I don't want to be impolite.
I mean, everything is good over here. I'm just seeing some of the, the people at the impeachment, quote unquote, hearing, like the lady talking about Barron Trump. And it's like, why would we talk about Barron Trump? We're talking about Donald. Why are you bringing kids into it? People that are still, minors. What's really going on? That's the left for you. And I think that CNN has kind of enabled these people to behave this way. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think you're giving Barron Trump a really nice pass on this, and you ought to hold him more accountable because I know he happens to be a very scoundrelous child.
What did Barron do? Did he get the wrong answer on the quiz in school? What happened?
Well, I guess this is something that I'm revealing from a very reliable source that a certain person who goes to White House press conferences has, and has spoken to the president before and has actually published a book very recently and had his press credentials revoked. So one time he was doing his Etch-a-Sketch while waiting for the new press conference, and he'd made a very nice picture of a moose. And when he left it there in order to use the restroom, and then when he got back, the moose looked a little bit more like, I guess you could say, a picture of male anatomy.
Whoa.
Well, I tried to keep it very clean, but we all know there's only one child in the White House who would be willing to do that, or should I say two? It's either Big D or little Barron Trump. So it's either one of those. So let's connect the dots there, ABL. Are you going to let Barron Trump get away with that?
Hey, whatever Barron Trump did, let his parents handle that. I don't think that some random lady should come on there and try to talk crazy about him. Let his parents discipline him and have that be that if he did anything that was wrong, rather than some random person coming in there talking about, oh, his name is Barron, but he's not a Barron. Really random and weird.
I mean, ABL, I think you're being very hard on this law professor. I mean, we've had very, very reputable guests on my show who can vouch for her.
Uh, I'm not sure if your show, Brian Stelter on CNN, is an actual reputable show. If anybody were to say, "Hey, ABL, what's a great source of information?" I would not be saying, "Check out CNN, look at Brian Stelter's show." That would not be the first place to go at all.
Well, I mean, who's on my show that you have a problem with? I mean, I've criticized you. I'm willing to take a little bit of flack myself.
The person on your show that is probably the worst is you, Brian Stelter.
Okay, I'm kind of shocked you didn't say Michael Avenatti, but I guess thanks for your apology, and I hope that you make it a habit to do a lot of apologies, like our former president, the greatest president in the world, Mr. Obama. And have a great rest of your evening, sir.
All right, now take care.
Bye bye.
All right, so yes, that was Brian Stelter, the real Brian Stelter this time. It wasn't a troll or imposter or anybody just trying to put on the Brian Stelter voice. That was him for real. So shout out to him. That show on CNN, it might be going down at the Hindenburg. So, hey, I say don't watch that, but stay right here and watch this show, ABL Live. And if you are enjoying what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. I definitely